Hello and welcome to City Beat. It's your source for the latest news and information here in the city of Rocky Mount. I'm Jesse Nunnery, and today I'm standing in the wonderful Rocky Mount Event Center with the general manager of the Rocky Mount Event Center, David Joyner.
How are you doing, Jesse? Good. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, so since 2019?
December 2019.
December 2019, Yep. You have been a busy man. I know you didn't see COVID-19 coming at the start of your job, but just take us through the last 2.5 years of what's been going on in this building.
So I'm glad you set it up with COVID. I took over in 2019, and so if people don't know, the event center is managed by these sports facilities companies out of Florida. They manage venues all over the country, and the city is our client. So the city owns and operates the building. We manage it for them. I stepped in December 2019. We had the very exciting monster truck event that a lot of people in the community, that was one of my first events, Harlem Globetrotters. We did a big cheer and dance, gymnastics, and then we did some tournaments. And then March of 2020, got the call from the mayor that we were going to have to close by order of the governor for COVID. And, you know, like venues all over the state, we didn't see that coming. It allowed us, though, to take that time to kind of regroup, reassess, and to come out of COVID strong. So we shut down in March of 2020. Towards the end of the year, we were able by state rules to do like smaller events, especially some corporate events, as we had 2 big ballrooms, that one downstairs, the Edgecombe Ballroom that holds 500 people, the ballroom upstairs that holds 200 people, and then the 75,000 square foot field house. We were able to do some events in there based on the rules, but we really worked hard to get ready, retrain the staff. Because the facility is managed by a private company, we were able to get PPP funding, and so we brought staff in, retrained them. Flash forward to 2021, February, Valentine's Day weekend, we were running the first venues in the state to open for sports at that level, and we had a volleyball tournament with over 120 teams that we did safely. And then we did about 14, 15 events that year during that time period, during COVID. And so we're really proud of our staff. The hotels and the restaurants loved it, obviously, because they took a huge hit, like most businesses across the country, from COVID. And we were able to really generate and be a shot in the arm, some economic activity for them, which is what the building was built for. It was built to be a catalyst for downtown development, but more so an economic impact generator for not just our local region, but it spreads out beyond the region.
Yeah, even personally, there were some friends of ours that wanted to get some hotel rooms recently, and because of the business being done here, it was very tough. Again, can you just add to that economic impact of what this space does for this city?
Absolutely, and when we say economic impact, because a lot of people may not know what that means, we're talking about what it generates. So when you bring in, say, a volleyball tournament with 100, and we just the other weekend 128 teams. So they come from 5 or 7 different states. They have to stay in the hotels. Everything here is them spending money. So they spend money in the facility, but restaurants, shops, retail, gas stations, and that is a huge generator of economic activity. And then they leave. We don't have to educate their kids. We don't have to, pay for, those type of services. And so that's why tourism development, the state leaders say it all the time, tourism development is economic development. And just the other weekend, the owner of some of the restaurants here sent me pictures of the teams in their spaces. I mean, you got to think that's 3,000 to 4,000 people generally that are coming in, for tournament after tournament. And that's why it was really smart on the city's behalf and the company's behalf that they geared it to being a flexible space, because that's what allows us to do this. A lot of our counterparts across the state who run other venues, they weren't able to open when we did, but we were able to open because there was a different provision for sports, and that's been a base. If it was just weddings or just concerts, which we also do, and I'll talk about that in a second, that would have been a different scenario for us. So we're able to do this, and it really just brings in a lot, more so than I ever thought. I mean, we had a team from Chicago the other week. We had one from Seattle, Maryland, Florida, and this is our norm.
Right. And again, the weekends are busy. We know that, but you also do a lot during the week that people might not see. I know you're going to welcome some organizations during the week, as you always do.
Absolutely.
But take us through the organizations that come through, the opportunities to do weddings and different events. What does, Monday through Thursday even look like in here?
Yeah, so that's a good question, because a lot of people don't realize that, the facility allows us to do a lot of variables of the event. So I'll give you weddings, concerts. We have 2 big concerts coming up, but also corporate events. So just at the end of last year, the number of Christmas parties we did, but also in this field house, you can put carpet on the floor and you can make it be a banquet for over 1,000 people. We had a manufacturing company that used it for their national sales training. They brought in tractors and equipment on this floor, set it up in here, had this really high-tech, virtual, event, and then we fed them lunch after. We have a great chef, executive chef, and a full banquet catering team, and that's a lot of the stuff you see during the week, but also you'll see companies renting it for just, training sessions. We recently did the QVC job fair, that was here, but then also weddings and socials and parties. We just got a call yesterday from some organization outside of town that want to come in and rent the facility for weekday events. And I also would say we market really hard after that. So we spend a lot of time during the week, going out of town and, doing really aggressive digital marketing campaigns to get those people here because we have to market where they're at. One big example of the Association Executives of North Carolina, we're members of that organization. So every professional organization in the state, they have events, they have meeting planners, and we market hard to get them to host their events because we want that weekday hotel traffic too. We want them to come here, have their conference for 2 to 3 days, and then they're gone and we have an event on the weekend. And so that business is just starting to come back because of COVID really impacted that. So where you lost sports for kind of a year, you lost a lot of that business for almost 2 years because just the governor just recently lifted and urged everybody to, get rid of mask mandates. And so now we're starting to see them really book those events, but we were working on that beforehand.
And then they hear about Rocky Mount while they're here.
Absolutely. They hear about it, they love it, and that's a good point. I'm glad you brought that up, Jesse. We have to not just sell the facility. That's what I tell the staff all the time. We're not just selling a facility. It is an incredible facility, but we have to sell an experience. They're coming here and we're competing with another town or city as far as what that overall experience. If you ever go to a conference, what do you do when you're done during the day? Everybody goes out at night. And so we work really closely with the other city managers as far as, who handle different, areas of town. But we also work really closely with just partners, the local tourism offices, to create itineraries where these groups can come here. And they love it. They have a great experience. We just did a tour from some association executive heads, and they had a ball, and they're having their state board meeting here at the end of the year. We have another organization that just booked their state board meeting to be here as well.
So what's the rest of the year look like?
It's fun. We are excited. We got a ton of more tournaments coming up. Our 10th tournament will be this weekend already for the year. We have 2 big concerts that a lot of the local community is really excited about. A Southern Soul concert at the end of April. We have a Mother's Day concert featuring some really great R&B stars, Tank and others. So that we know that's going to be packed. The Southern Soul is on track to sell out. So we're really excited about that. But we've had just in the last few weeks other concerts booked. We got some big corporate events, some big community shows that'll be coming as well, but also weddings and parties and receptions and more sports. So it's going to be really busy on top of all the stuff in the arcade and ropes course and climbing wall area.
Okay. Well, we appreciate your time, David. We're going to talk to a few members of your staff to get a little bit more about what this wonderful facility offers us.
Thank you.
And now Ashley Pittman joins us, marketing manager here with the Rocky Mountain Event Center. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
And you are one of the original folks around here.
I am. I started in 2018. When I started, this building was just a frame, so I saw it all through when they put the walls in, when they added the floors in, when they added game day in, everything. I saw it from start to finish, basically.
Yeah, a lot has changed. How gratifying is it to have been through that whole process?
It was amazing, and yes, a lot has changed. From the year that we opened to where we're at now, we're doing tournaments nonstop for the first half of the year, every weekend, bringing in thousands of guests into downtown Rocky Mount, into Rocky Mount. They're shopping at our local retail stores, they're eating in our restaurants, and they're lodging here, which is great for our local economic impact. That's what we want. That's why the reason this building is here is to bring all these people here and to see everything that we have to offer. And then to just be able to see all these concerts that we have coming up here that we're able to put on for our local community here.
And you've just pretty much described your job, because you're not only thinking about local, but you're also thinking regional, national. Tell us a little bit about your job.
So basically, we have to reach out to, like you said, the local community, the regional, the state, and national. That national part comes in with the tournaments. We have to go out and talk to all these different tournament directors that are not located here in North Carolina. A lot of them are in other states. So we go to conferences throughout the whole entire country, set up booths, and we have meetings with all of them, and we talk with them. And that brings in teams from all over, like Washington State, Chicago, Georgia, Florida, West Virginia, New York, Washington, D.C., Maryland, Baltimore, all those places.
We got to be pretty good to get some folks in here, because sports tourism
is very, very big. I mean, that brings in a lot of people. They spend a lot of money because they have that extra money to spend, and they are here, and that's what we need.
So what are you looking forward to the rest of the year in this building?
So what I'm looking forward to is that the local events. I love being able to see all of our local community enjoy this building, because in fact this is all of our building. You know, we want to come in and have a good time, having the concerts coming in and having people come in and have a good time and enjoy it. Doing things like our Halloween event where the kids can come in and families can come in and have a great time, have on their costumes, playing bounce houses, playing our game day, and then also our holiday market that we're going to start doing every year annually, and people can come in and shop with vendors and do yoga and just have a good time here. Just a lot of things to bring the community and bring families together.
And now we're joined by Kiora Taylor. She is the Rocky Mount Event Center Events Coordinator. Thanks for joining us.
No problem.
You have been very busy in 2022.
Yes.
Can you tell us about some of the major sports events that you've had in this area?
Well, this year so far, we're hosting volleyball and basketball tournaments for this year. Recently, we had a volleyball tournament of 140 plus teams, and we will be having a basketball tournament of 100 plus teams that's coming to the area.
And you, again, have been just so busy in this building weekend after weekend. What are some of the things that you've heard great about the experience here that we're providing?
Most importantly, the customer service. All guests and spectators who come through the facility first comment on us, how good the customer service is and how clean the building is.
And basketball, volleyball, is there anything else that you may be interested in bringing here?
Oh, of course, cheer. We also hosted a cheer competition as well here back in February. So we're looking to bring any type of entertainment here for the community and for everyone to get a look at how great the facility is.
The Rocky Mount Event Center also provides an exciting and challenging game day experience for local residents and visitors. Here's Tony Wilkins to tell us more.
To keep game day up and running and give experience to the children, we have our soft play area that has our ball pit below, and up top we have 4 ball shooters that you can shoot down low. We also have 25 arcade games that you can win tickets and win redemption prizes. We also have rock walls. We have 19 different varieties, different difficulties. Some you have to use your hands, some of them you just climb. We also have our Sky Airline indoor ropes course. It has 12 obstacles. All of that is included in 1 hour. So we have 3 different packages. Our first one is the adventure package. Our second is extreme. Our third is ultimate. So with the packages, you have a party room that you can rent out for 2 hours, and all of them come with different type of arcade cards. So the adventure package has $5 on our arcade card. Extreme has $10. Ultimate has $15, and they all come with different things.
We'd like to thank General Manager David Joyner and his wonderful staff here at the Rocky Mount Event Center for joining us today and giving us some insight on this facility. If you've missed any of the previous City Beat episodes, you can see them on our City TV 19 YouTube channel, and they are also archived on our website, rockymountnc.gov. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time.